Let's Snake take it away.
Yeah, well, Monarch is a complete integrated wallet, trading platform, and investment platform. It's pretty revolutionary, and we have some big news that just actually kind of came out yesterday. We finally got our broker-dealer license, and the two principals are staying on. Really, really happy about that. So before I get into anything else, let's get straight to the problem. What is keeping places like Amazon and Walmart away from taking cryptocurrency as a form of payment? The simple answer is, all of the above. Volatility. If a transaction takes around 1 hour to make, that's a lot of volatility in the Bitcoin market. So you need really easy remediation. The inability to charge reoccurring payments. Something as simple as Amazon Prime is virtually impossible to do with a blockchain, because blockchain is a push technology, not a pull technology. We have no online payment plugin, merchant plugin. So what does that mean? So that pretty much means, pay with PayPal, pay with Visa. There's no real big solutions out there that says, there's a few centralized solutions out there for cryptocurrency, but nothing that supports the vast majority of altcoins, especially liquidating them into fiat.
Yeah, so basically what we're trying to do is make crypto really easy for people. So it's kind of like when you go on Facebook and you guys hit that thumbs up button, you don't know the protocols, you don't know the algorithms, you don't know how that thumbs up button goes and works, but it does, right? You just click it and it works. And so that's what we're trying to do with crypto, is we're trying to make crypto extremely easy for people to use without having to understand how crypto works. So that way they'll be able to have their Monarch wallet right on their phone. They'll be able to take money from their bank account, put it right onto the Monarch application, be able to buy and sell all their favorite altcoins, regular coins, be able to pay all their monthly bills like their Netflix or Hulu, their car payment, anything that they want. Merchants, if they want to accept crypto but they don't want to deal with the volatility of it, we'll be able to basically take the money from the people that have the crypto, convert it to fiat, and pay the merchandisers. So it's really, really cool stuff. And like Snake said, we just got our broker-dealer license this morning, so it opens up a whole new world of stuff for us, which is really exciting.
Yeah, and the user interface is absolutely terrible. It's not intuitive at all.
Not ours.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm just saying generally in the crypto markets right now. If you brought on somebody and said, hey, do not, I'm not going to teach you anything about blockchain. Come on and try to spend a single Bitcoin. It's a nightmare. It's very, very difficult for people to really understand what cryptocurrencies are. And what we have, 0.5% of the world's population that even knows about cryptocurrency, or let alone has a wallet. So this is a huge barrier to entry to a lot of people. The Monarch solution. So this is our solution that we're coming to fruition with. We have instant crypto to fiat payments. We are the only decentralized, reoccurring, patent-pending blockchain solution for payments. So that means Netflix, Spotify, rent, mortgages, you name it. If you want to contribute to your 401k on a monthly basis, you're able to do that right with Monarch. A merchant plugin. So as I said, you would pay with PayPal, you pay with Visa, you could pay with Monarch, fiat or crypto. It's a very intuitive experience and design. Actually, you could go onto the app stores right now and download it for yourself. We have over 150,000 users already. Obviously us being really, really big influencers, we have really deep penetration into the whole crypto market. So we have a really nice little marketing channel already. And of course, the Easy Wallet naming. So Easy Wallet naming, does anyone here know their ERC20 wallet address, their Ethereum address by heart?
0x8.
This guy
exactly. Exactly. So we need a username or some sort of alias to send crypto to. Have a friends list. I don't want to remember somebody's Ethereum address. I want to remember somebody's name or username, and that's how simple it should be, a simple friends list.
Yeah.
And of course,
that's available now too. If you guys go to our website and download our wallets, you guys can start sending money to mom, to dad, whoever you want. So this isn't like stuff in the future.
Yeah. And of course, fiat onboarding and offboarding. It's incredibly hard right now to get in and out of a simple Bitcoin or Ethereum or an altcoin, especially the altcoins using a fiat pairing. But we plan to integrate that, and it's already being developed right now, and that's why we're getting the proper licensing for it. It's the core team. My name is Snehbot. I'm the CEO of Monarch Token. But I had got my degree in nuclear engineering, and then I got my master's degree in systems engineering. I worked for 5 Fortune 500 companies, and then I started CryptoSomniac, which has helped over 60 different ICOs, and owned CryptoSomniac.com, one of the leading news aggregating websites. You just type in crypto updates on Google, and you'll find us right there, number 1 or 2. And this is Crypto Beatles, the president.
Yeah, so my name is Robert Beatles. I built quite a few multi-million-dollar companies. Also created Splash Factory with one of my best buddies, Uriah Faber, UFC legend. So we do a lot of work for like the USPS, like the government. So we build platforms for them. I've been in crypto since about 2011, and last year we decided to try and fix crypto because there was lots of people coming out with different solutions for 1 or 2 things, but nothing that would ever bring the mainstream in. So that's what we aim to do with Monarch. And so then, like you mentioned, Crypto Beatles. So one of the top influencers on YouTube, got a huge network of buddies, and so we're able to get our messaging out there to the public whenever it comes to something we're passionate about.
Sure, and here's our huge list of advisors and partners. We have Listia, over 10 million users that we've actually integrated into their application as well. We have Eric Lee, the co-founder of LinkedIn, as an advisor as well. We have BitBay, GoChain, Genesis Vision, all these huge top-notch partnerships which we're trying to integrate into our own platform because honestly we're trying to share the wealth, we're trying to become a global universal wallet, and that means integrating into other platforms as well.
And we have far more partners in this too. Like today we just finalized our partnership with Swarm. So, but every day we've got more and more partners, and we have some really, really big ones that we'll be announcing here shortly as well. But one of the things that Snake could touch on a little bit more too is like with Listia, they have over 10 million users, and they're using us as their merchant plugin solution for those transactions. So things like that, is huge for crypto.
Sure. So now I want to go back to the merchant plugin section. So why is this so important? Well, 50% of all websites use a CMS plugin or a CMS system, a content management system. 30% of all websites use WordPress. 90% of small businesses use WordPress. These are huge figures here. And let's look at the top payment gateways for WordPress. We have Authorize.net, Stripe, PayPal, and QuickPay. None of those support cryptocurrency. None of them even have any plans to support it. How are we supposed to reach mass adoption? How are we supposed to reach these new merchants, these new customers, these new people to join into the market when no one is building it? And this is what we're really trying to push forward. We are going to be supporting WordPress, Wix, Joomla, Shopify, and many, many more. And this is our mission. Our mission is to enable all businesses to accept cryptocurrency easy and seamlessly. This is a competitive analysis. Basically, no one really has the foresight or has an integrated solution like we do. We're an exchange, we're a payment processor, we're a wallet, all in one application. No one's really touching that right now. No one's really making it easy for people to do everything in one location. So this is the Monarch advantage, frictionless customer payments. You could easily send crypto and the merchant could accept fiat instead of having to deal with all these deliberations and escrow services and other services, third-party services, very, very quickly and easily. Seamless and easy plug-in payments for merchants. So that means you could it's literally a plug-in you just drop onto the back end of your website, and boom, you're able to accept cryptocurrency for any sort of good. Integration for third-party exchanges and liquidity partners. So we have actually lots of partnerships with a lot of exchanges right now, and we're constantly growing that list because we want to source as much capital as possible. It's absurd to me that in Korea it's $500 more for a Bitcoin than it is America. Isn't this technology supposed to be borderless? Isn't it supposed to be completely decentralized? But yet we're still having that border issue, a lot of these sourcing and economic issues so far. We're completely compliant with security laws. So we plan to be compliant, and we want to be on the forefront of that. We already have acquired our broker-dealer, and and a lot more licensing to follow with that. And of course, we have our hot wallet, subscription payment management. So you're actually able to make recurring payments decentralized. Easy naming features, and of course, instant transactions. So our patent pending technology is called multi-signature wallet leasing. So what does that mean? It means you're able to essentially send payments on a recurring basis, all verifiable on a smart contract, and it'll be instant.
And to kind of touch base a little bit where he was talking about the exchange side of things, this is kind of, like consumer facing, but if you want to actually like buy an altcoin, have you guys ever tried to do that? Have you guys ever tried to say like buy a Serum Labs token? So you guys have to take your cash from your bank, put it on a Coinbase, buy some Bitcoin, send it over to like Binance, take that Bitcoin, buy Serum Moons. You're like, yeah, let's sell, right? Then you want to sell that back into Bitcoin. Then you got to take that Bitcoin, send it back over to Coinbase. Then you got to sell it at Coinbase and put it back in your bank account. It's crazy, right? So with Monarch, all you got to do is just right there on our wallet. You can buy Serum, sell Serum, put it right in your bank account if you want. So we're aiming to solve, a lot of problems that, people haven't yet.
Right. Like with these 5 complicated steps, and you have to wait hours sometimes for Bitcoin to transact on a good day, right? And then of course you have to wait for the wire transfer of fiat from whatever fiat gateway you're using right back into your bank account. It's a little bit it's a little bit arduous, and it's a lot of it arduous really, and it's not facilitating these mass payments that we'd really like to see in the space. Or you could use Monarch. You could pay an altcoin to a merchant, and they receive it in fiat. So the raise, we've raised 20 million so far on a $50 million raise. We have a dual token structure, the security token and utility token. It is a revenue share, not profit share. So 50% revenue share on the security token. And then on top of that, 10% is backed by physical silver by Scottsdale Mint. So that means 60% of the revenue goes right back into security token holders' pockets. And the utility token offers a robust discount scheme with it, where exchanges and payment processing is 50% off. So one of the key factors about the security token is the dividends are actually paid in utility tokens. So we actually go out and buy back the utility tokens and distribute it via dividend, therefore creating an economy in our own ecosystem.
And to kind of touch on the silver right there, so we partner with Scottsdale Mint. They're with about 39 different central banks. They actually do the minting of the gold and the silver. So they're about as legitimate as they come. And so 10% of all the money that we raise, 10% of all the transaction fees that we make from the merchants go right back into that security token. So that way, there's something, it's asset backed. It truly is a security, and that's one of the reasons why we're BD. And then the utility tokens every single week are what pays the security token holders their dividends. So every week you guys, be getting basically like a paycheck.
Yeah.
In utility tokens.
And it's comprehensible for the mass public. A lot of people don't believe in blockchain. A lot of people don't believe in Bitcoin or Ethereum. Why does it have value? They don't understand the simple supply-demand curve. But having an actual physically asset-backed currency, actually makes it understandable for the mass public.
Yeah, and for people that hold our tokens too, the security side, they're actually getting income. So right. It's a reason not to sell, to support and embrace.
Our monetization model. So our monetization model, we have 1% to 2% in merchant transaction fees, and we have very competitive fees, which are still being worked out with our internal exchange. And of course, we have our broker-dealer, so we're able to facilitate a lot of the OTC transactions and off-site transactions with securities.
Cool. You guys got any questions for us? What you got?
Questions?
How are you going to trade an alt token that's been restricted or banned in some countries?
So everything's going to be basically, where and when legal, right? So it's going to be based on the geography of where the people are at.
Right.
Yeah, like for instance, with our TG, we can't sell to people in North Korea, right? So
if the SEC is investigating some particular token and it's likely to be a problem, are you guys going to trade it until it?
No, we want to be as compliant as possible.
Right. We want to be as compliant as possible, but to touch on that, we are a decentralized solution. So we're supposed to not have oversight on it, but we will have oversight and of course comply with any sort of SEC regulation. Everything is handled through a smart contract. The dividend system, the transaction fees, everything is handled with that.
The automatic payments or recurring payments,
Mm-hmm.
do you have to put all your funds up front?
No. So it's a multi-signature wallet lease. So essentially, you own half a private key. I own half a private key as Monarch, and then Rob could be Netflix, right? And so that transaction happens as long as it's both on the Monarch platform instantly, because I understand what the bad actor is. Everything is handled through a smart contract, and essentially you're able to set up that smart contract where it could keep prompting for that specific API key. For example, $10 of Bitcoin is not $10 of Bitcoin tomorrow, right? Because Bitcoin has volatility.
But I have to leave money on your platform to make.
You would
that
have to
work.
leave money on the platform, right?
It's like money in your wallet, right?
But we
Money on
can't
your credit
withdraw it.
card. Yeah.
No one could withdraw it because you still own access to your half of the private key, right?
Right, but just to finish that thought, it's pulling money from the wallet, not from like a staked contract that can't be spent.
Correct. It's
pulling
pulling
from
money
your
the
wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So your funds are your own. We can't even touch them, even
No
if we
different
wanted
than
to.
your bank account.
Yeah, like if you have an ATM card and you want to go buy a $100 meal and you got $50 on
Well,
it.
it's a little different from a bank account because the government can come in and
Right.
I'm just saying the way that it's,
Yeah.
you have to leave money there. There's
Yeah.
no money in your bank account, Netflix ain't getting the payment.
Exactly.
My question has to do with backing the security token with silver. I don't really understand why, like if I wanted to have exposure to silver, I would just buy silver.
Sure, but when you think about, like cryptocurrency in general, people are always worried about it's a digital currency. How is it worth anything, right? So silver has always been the people's money. And so if you basically back 10% of everything that we're raising into that token, there's some real asset there, and it's a security, right? So that way you know that if the team dies in a plane crash or the whole thing goes down, there's still some real value there in those tokens.
But that's better than just paying that out as dividends to the security token holders?
But then why would you hold them if you were just going to be getting payments all the time, right?
Right.
So why wouldn't you just hold them and get silver?
And there's
Or
several
tokens.
other precious metal cryptocurrencies out there which have 10, 20x the valuation of actually the assets they actually own. So it is a lucrative model because it's fluid. Commodities exchanges are hard to get onto, and they're confusing, they're complicated, and half the time, they're only open from 9 to 5. And of course, their volatility is going to be a lot less, but we really thought silver was a great instrument because it has a huge industrial application as well. And I think the demand of silver it kind of provides a floor and makes it digestible for the mass public that, hey, this is an actually asset-backed token.
So you guys mentioned that you're going to have some sort of oversight over regulatory kind of issues, but
Right.
at the same time also be a decentralized.
Correct.
So are you guys coding kind of like governance mechanisms on chain, or
Yeah.
are you making a centralized decision?
So we are going to make a centralized decision at first, but as the product becomes more and more established, we'll obviously include a governing system in there.
What you got?
Are you going to do banking compliance, like allow people to perfect judgments or tax collectors or sanctions against countries? Are you going to enforce those or
Yeah,
permit
absolutely.
those?
Absolutely. Yeah, we plan to be completely compliant, with banking regulations, with securities regulations, and that's one of the key things. We're trying to keep it as decentralized as possible, but we're also trying to, how do I say this politely? IRS compliant, right? We're trying to be as transparent as possible, get crypto in as many people's pockets as possible, but still be compliant.
In every country in the world.
Well, with
Where and when
with our bandwidth, yeah, yeah.
Right now, I'm using Avra,
Mm-hmm.
and I really like it because, well, right now Coinbase get really fast, like 2 weeks ago. But Avra was increasing the speed, saying like I transfer from Bank of America to Avra, and I get the money in 24 hours or less. You say like I can get from Bank of America to Monarch on my wallet instantly?
That's what we're aiming for with our broker dealer. Right now, you've got a completely centralized solution though with Ever, right?
Right, completely centralized solution. It's just another Mt. Gox waiting to happen.
On the same way back from Monarch to my
Yeah,
bank account.
yeah,
Because, for example, for me as a trader sometimes, I have to pay rent. And the rent I'm paying it in dollars.
yeah.
I need to withdraw the money, and the operation that I finish sometimes take a whole week, sometimes take 2 days. When they take longer, it's like I'm on the payday, so I need to withdraw this money from Bitcoins, from Ethereum, from Stellar, whatever coin it is, to my bank account instantly. So
It'll be
that's-
instant on our side, right? But there might be some settlement times depending on your bank. I mean, there's
Right.
no way around that, right? But as far as soon as we convert from crypto to fiat, it's going right to your account. Whatever the bank settlement time is, that's kind of, I think, on each and every bank.
Yeah, and that's why we partner with various liquidity partners and exchanges, third-party exchanges, so that we have as much volume as possible. So we have the capital to essentially make transactions on your behalf. As long as if you're giving me a Bitcoin, I can take another Bitcoin and sell it for USD, and that Bitcoin could replace the Bitcoin that you've already sent me, right?
Okay. But when you say pay, example, Netflix,
Yeah.
Netflix always asks me for the credit card.
Right.
What is gonna be? They are going to ask me for
We
barcode
actually have
or
a card provider already.
a card provider,
Yeah, we already have a card provider already set up.
and I'm gonna be able to withdraw in an ATM with a fee.
Yeah. Well, right now it's an international bank card provider. So of course the fees are going to be a little bit higher,
Yeah,
but
I know.
it's still going to be crypto to fiat immediately, right? So you'll have Bitcoin, your credit card is linked up, a digital credit card is linked up, and the transaction happens without you even knowing it.
Spend it like cash.
Right.
What are the requirements for Monarch to add coins, like small coins, let's say, I don't know, Cardano? What is the requirement for is the net worth of the coin, the value? What is the...
So again,
What are the points?
that governance system is obviously going to need to be developed, but initially it's going to have to be a centralized process where we have to pick and choose which coins to actually support on the exchange. But on the cold storage wallet, yeah, go crazy. We're going to support everything. Right? That's our aim, to support everything. We're actually the only wallet, multi-cryptocurrency wallet, that supports Ripple. So we support Bitcoin, every ERC20 token, Ethereum of course, and Ripple. And we're the only ones to actually do that right now. Completely, it's a cold storage wallet, not centralized, not an exchange. You own your private keys.
You guys can go download it right now just to see what we're doing. So that way, you guys will be able to hold all those 1,800 different Ethereum coins, the Ethereum, Bitcoin, Ripple. You guys will be able to track your portfolio, your market cap, the news, your private keys, your seed. Go download it right now.
Yeah.
So that way you guys see that, we're not just talking. We built this first and now we're here.
And not only that, but we also enabled custom contract address. So if you are a developer and you created a
ICO.
random coin, or an ICO, you're able to immediately jump on to the Monarch wallet. So it supersedes the ease of use that Mu does. Mu is very complicated. You have to search for these coins. You have to go to ETHPlorer, find the contract address. We're trying to make everything very, very simple.
Cool. Anything else, guys? Well, it's been an honor. Thank you all.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you.